Alright, we're back again with another flstudio tutorial. Today I'm going to be breaking down one of the songs from my most recent album. It's called Left in the Dark. If y'all haven't seen the video yet, please take a second and just go run it up for me real quick. Do me a favor. But without further ado, man, let's just jump straight into it. Okay, let's jump straight into this. I'm just going to start by breaking down the instruments. And the first instrument that we hear in the song is the piano. Piano playing 2 chords for the intro with some vinyl crackle underneath as well, just to give that sort of like jazz lounge ambience I wanted, you know, intimacy. And so the piano plugin that I used for this was SRX Roland, Piano 2 by Roland. Super dope piano plugin, and it's also really good for CPU as well. It's not too intense. And then for the effects that I use for the piano, I'll just play it without effects. You can hear that. It's a very realistic sounding piano sounds. But then with effects, it sounds like this. And that is Valhalla Shimmer doing the heavy lifting. These are the parameters I used. And then also I had Ozone Imager doing some stuff. And then the mix rack, very subtle EQ and just some compression and parallel processing. But yeah, mainly the sound already sounds great. It's just that little bit of shimmer that makes it sound amazing. And so that plays for about the first 30 seconds of the song, and then we'll get into the drums. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show the instruments and all the sounds first, and then I'll do the vocals at the end. Now let's talk about the drums. So for this album, I really wanted to get better at actually programming my drums as well. I feel like for my last album, Dark Side, the drums kind of let down the project from my perspective. So I was like, okay, let me lock in with the drums for this project. So everything here was a lot more intentional, from sound selection to composition. Let's start with this kick sound. So this kick sound, it was like a kick that I stretched out the individual kick, made it a bit longer, so that it's got this weird kind of transient to it. You see it's got that like distortion in there. Things like hi-hats, it's hard to give advice because it's very intuitive, like because drums was the first instrument that I started to learn how to play when I was a child. So for me, like programming hi-hats and stuff, it's intuitive. But the thing I can say is if you want your drums and your hi-hats to be more intricate, just practice. It sounds very cliche, but the only way that you're gonna have that intuitive feel is if you have a bunch of sessions in your mind where you've done great drum processing. Even just watch videos of like people doing drum covers. That's also a great thing to do as well. You figure out where are they placing the hi-hats in the rhythm. That helps too. The kick, that thumpy kick is really driving this beat. And then we've got the bass. Yeah, bro, that bass sound. It took a very long time to program. That bass sound was a Juno 8 synth. Jupiter 8 synth sound that had like an LFO in it. That's why it's got that like phasey sound. So pretty much, yeah, and then that's just following the piano. I knew that I was gonna be doing a lot in the vocal. You can see, look at the freaking vocal stacks. It's a lot of vocal shit. So I was like, okay, let's keep the production super minimal. Like a Pierre Bourne like sword thing. There's some atmosphere. Yeah. And then it's okay. So we've got the A section, and then we've got the B section, which if you guys have been following on along with my tutorials, I've told you guys think of your songs with A and B sections. It'll make your compositions more intricate for the listener. So then the B section's got like an 808. It's like standard bass. Yeah, and then pretty much the only other sound that is introduced for this part is this reverse synth. It's pretty much the same kind of sound as the bass with the same like LFO processing. As you can see, it's the same rhythm, but I just swapped this bass sound with the 808. Cool, and then the little breakdown, we've got the reverse pianos. Okay. And then now, one thing I want to say is that, so this project file, I lost some of like the synths that in the actual version of the song. You hear in the second part, there's like a bunch of synths that are dancing around. And I'm so sad that I lost the actual. That's why there's a gap here. That's where all the synth sounds were. But yeah, but pretty much what those synths were playing, they were just playing like a modified version of the piano chords on just like a Jupiter 8 patch. And so yeah, the song pretty much continues, except for this second half is just got the 808 still going. And we see that some of the kicks have been omitted so that the 808 can really shine through. Like a half-time feel to it because I switched up the flow on the vocals. Actually, I think that's why I did that. Okay, and then the end. It's like simple, very simple shit, guys. Man, I'm laughing at this because there was a time in my life where there's no way I would have been like, this song is done. I would have been like, no, it needs more sounds, it needs more sounds. But now, especially when you start making vocals like this, bro, you have to decide, okay, do I want the vocals to shine or do I want the instruments to shine? And people, as much as I love production, people really do connect with the vocals. So and what I'm saying is we don't have to trade good production for vocals. We can meet in the middle and make it cohesive. Not for every song, but for songs like this, we can meet in the middle. Now let's move on to the vocals, man. I just been lost in my world. Lately, I don't even wanna play. You can be my girl tonight. Let's just run it with just the main vocals. I just been lost in my world. Lately, I don't even wanna play. You can be my girl tonight. Hey, wake up and go out. Now you tell me that you really wanna stay. Girl, you know I love to chase. Putting in work when we're back in my place. This ain't a regular day. No, 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 no. So pretty much like having one main vocal and then having two panned and then just kind of stacking that with you singing different melodies is sort of the premise behind why I'm doing what I'm doing here. I just been lost in my world. Lately I don't even wanna play. Oh yeah, tonight let me wake up and go out. They tell me that you really wanna stay. Girl, you know I like to chase. But it didn't work when we're back in my place. Oh yeah, this ain't a regular day. No, 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 no. But you can name the time and place. No, 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 no. Can you keep up with my pace? No, no. Bricks, but a couple nights in a house with a lake, and it feels like fate. I put my heart on the line. She said she feel it in her spine. Baby, I only fuck time. Only 10. Love it the way she be whining. Out of the crib and I'm looking around. You know, again, like this is like my style. This is kind of the style that I've been producing and working on, of like layering vocals Obviously inspired by like the OGs, but this is kind of like my take on it. And I'm figuring out as I'm going along. You know, this was the first album that I really kind of developed this kind of style of layering vocals. So it's a work in progress, just like we all are. But I'm really proud of the way that it came out, especially the the ad libs. I just been lost in my world. Lately, I don't even wanna play. You could be my girl tonight. So yeah, the ad-libs are super washed out and reverb that's playing left and right. I've got like flangers on the vocals. Only 10. Can you keep up with my pain? No, no. Yeah. By the way, guys, this kind of vocal arrangement is very, very tedious. So when you want to do this, be prepared to go to battle, bro. It's not even just like the amount of vocals you have to take, but getting them all aligned, bro. This is all like post editing, post effects, like post editing, going in, trimming it all. Because if it's not aligned, it sounds whack. And you have phase issues and stuff, so you have to go in and you have to align everything, bro. It takes time, so you have to ask yourself, am I willing to do this? Does the song even call for this? Does it require this? Before you do this, before you do this, I promise you. Because yeah, but the end result, it sounds amazing. But you can name the time and place. No, 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 no. Can you keep up with my pain? No, no. He did his training, got no breaks. Spent a couple nights in a house with a lake, and it feels it. There's something else you wanna say when you look at me. So yeah, this is the video, guys. Simple song. I love this song. This is probably like one of the songs that kind of like helped me turn a corner with my production, you know, especially in terms of vocal arrangement. This was the one where I was like, okay, I finally understand what I'm trying to do with this whole stacking thing. Yeah, so guys, please, if you haven't seen the OG visualizer, I've put links in the title cards, in the description, and there'll be one in the pinned comments as well. So please support the kid. Go run up the video because it's low-key blowing up right now. We want to send that one to the moon. But yeah, guys, stay tuned for more. There's gonna be more and more content on this channel. Thank you guys so much once again. Peace.